Hello everyone, please turn to your textbook page 57. Our topic today would be totalitarianism in Germany. What is the name of it? Nazism. Who will you think of when you mention Nazism? Yes, you will think of Adolf Hitler. Let us start understanding the reasons for Hitler to be so famous or infamous. Let's trace back the background of the rise of Nazism in Germany. The rise of Nazism is the result of both political instability and economic recession. Facing different types of hardship and difficulties, people start to doubt the efficiency of the current government, which was a democratic one. The government was controlled by party leaders. Policies were made only after the debate between more than 10 political parties in the parliament. Please look at the left-hand side of your PowerPoint and do some highlighting for your textbook page 57. The Germans at that time didn't really trust democracy, or more accurately, party politics. It was related to their historical background. We have to compare Germany with other countries like the United States, France, and Britain. Britain, France, and the United States all have long history of adopting party politics. Let's use Britain as an example. Britain, they adopt party politics since the English Civil War. After 1651, this was the end of the English Civil War. How about France? France also adopted party politics after 1815. It would be the end of Napoleon War. And then the United States, they adopt party politics after the establishment of the country. So we call it American Revolution. Then how about Germany? Germany was a new country, and it appeared only after 1871. That's why the Germans didn't really have experience of following such political system. At first, Germany was an empire. Do you still remember William II? William II was the emperor of the German Empire. After the end of the First World War, the German Empire disappeared and replaced by the Weimar Republic. Weimar Republic, why it was called Weimar? Because Weimar was the place this government established. It was a city in Germany. It lasted for only 14 years and it ended in 1933. Why? Because it was replaced by Nazi Germany. So here I made a mistake. It should be 1945. Nazi Germany, it was under the leadership of Nazi Party and Hitler. The Germans at that time believed that Hitler was the right person because he shows that he was a strong leader and he can save Germany from economic recession and political humiliation. And let's use a triangle to have a revision. At the center, you can find the word Nazism. It was an ideology. And then the three major elements of Nazism would be the party, the leader, and then the symbol. What is the party? Yes, Nazi party. How about the leader? Of course, Hitler. And the symbol. This is a new one to you. And then you can find this symbol, swastika, in your textbook page 15.7. This is the logo of the Nazi party. A painting of Adolf Hitler. So this is swastika. You can find it at the center of the flag of the Nazi party. So what is the meaning of swastika? Indeed, it comes from India. Because India and European, they have same features. A tall nose and then big eyes. They believe that Indians and Europeans, they have close relationship. This is the first interesting point. The second point is that it is related to the meaning of swastika, because swastika shows that Germany was the best. German people was the best. It shows the racial supremacy of Germans. After that, please turn to page 60 of your textbook and we shall move to talk about Japan. In Japan, the types of totalitarianism would be militarism, ISM, it refers to an ideology, while military, of course, military. It means that they rely on using military power to achieve something. Japan at the time was following this path. Because at that time, Japan suffered from economic recession after the Great Depression, and then they want to get natural resources. They want to enter the foreign market so that they can earn money. However, in order to get access to these natural resources, one of the ways would be to expand overseas, directly occupy that place. This was what Japan tried to do in the 1930s. On the right-hand side, you can see the military flag of Japan. And this was actually a rising sun. Because Japan believed that their country located at the place where the sun rises. After that, please turn to the next slide. And then, once again, let's draw a triangle. But this time would be a little bit different, because when you review the history of militarism in Japan, it would be quite challenging for you to find a leader. Once again, draw a triangle and then write down the related ideology at the center, this time militarism. However, different from fascism of Italy or Nazism in Germany, it's quite challenging for you to find a party. So we replace with religion. And in Japan's case, the religion would be Shintoism. in Chinese, 神道教. It was quite different from the Western religion because in the ideology of Shintoism, maybe a tree, a stone, a river, these can be the object of people to worship. And then the next one, leader. Here I provide two for you to be the reference. The first one, Emperor 说话秋我听我. Another one, it would be Hideki Tojo. I think he would be quite famous. 东條英機. Because he was the Prime Minister of Japan during the Second World War. Lastly, the symbol. It would be the rising sun as we have mentioned in the previous line. By drawing this triangle and write down the related religion, leader and symbol of militarism, I think you can get the core of this ideology. Finally, let's summarize what you have learned in these few weeks. The rise of totalitarianism. A table has been prepared for you. As usual, we set a formula. Factor 1, political failure. Factor 2, economic hardship. These two add together, so people believe that the current government was useless. So they turn to support totalitarianism, turn to support strong leaders. This is the formula, and this formula can put into the case of all three countries, Germany, Italy, and Japan. Firstly, let's talk about Germany. In the case of Germany, Germany was forced to sign the Treaty of Versailles, so people was unhappy. They believed that the Weimar Republic was useless to protect the interest of the country. After the Great Depression, the Germans, they suffer from inflation and unemployment. And once again, the Weimar Republic failed to solve these kind of economic difficulties. That's why people no longer support Weimar Republic. They turn to support Nazism. Nazi Party and its leader, Hitler. This is the story of the rise of Nazism in Germany. So how about Italy? Italy turned into fascism as early as 1922 because they think that they were not treated fairly in the Paris Peace Conference. Italy was actually a victorious country, but they cannot receive all the territory. At the same time, a lot of money has put into the fighting, so the economy of Italy was not good at all. So Mussolini used this kind of reason and then forced the emperor to let him to control Italy. So this was the rise of fascism in Italy. Japan was also a victorious country in the First World War, and she was one of the big five in the Paris Peace Conference. but they believed that they did not receive enough interest. For example, they was not treated equally. They was the second-class country only. The first class would be the United States, Britain and France, but Japan only the second class. After the Great Depression, Japan suffered a lot because they seriously relies on foreign trade. This caused a lot of inflation and unemployment in their country. So they no longer believe in the democratic government. They believe that they should use military action so that to protect the interest of the country. A lot of people at that time support militarism and expand to foreign countries, especially China.